Ever wondered how the Nile shaped one of the greatest civilizations on Earth? Today, we're diving into the early days of ancient Egypt, where geography, natural resources, and a king's bold move set the stage for a legendary empire. Let's get started. Geography and the Nile. The geography of ancient Egypt was defined primarily by the Nile River, which played a crucial role in shaping the civilization's development. The Nile, the longest river in the world, flows from the highlands of East Africa northward into the Mediterranean Sea, creating a fertile corridor through an otherwise arid desert landscape. This river was the lifeblood of Egypt, providing water for drinking, irrigation, and transportation. The Nile's annual flooding deposited nutrient-rich silt onto the surrounding lands, creating fertile soil ideal for agriculture. This predictable flooding cycle allowed the Egyptians to develop a stable agricultural economy, supporting the growth of one of the world's earliest and most enduring civilizations. The Nile also served as a natural highway, facilitating trade and communication between the various regions of Egypt. The desert on either side of the river acted as a natural barrier, protecting Egypt from invasions and contributing to its relative stability. The river's central role in Egyptian life is reflected in their mythology, where the Nile was considered a divine gift from the gods. The pre-dynastic period marks the earliest phase of Egyptian civilization, beginning around 6000 BCE and lasting until the unification of Egypt around 3100 BCE. During this time, small communities began to settle along the Nile, transitioning from a nomadic, hunter-gatherer lifestyle to a more settled, agricultural way of life. These early settlements were characterized by the development of farming techniques, pottery, and the first use of copper tools. Archaeological evidence from sites such as Badari and Nakata reveals the emergence of distinct cultural practices, including burial customs, social stratification, and artistic expression. The Nakata culture, in particular, played a significant role in the development of what would later become Pharaonic Egypt. By the end of the pre-dynastic period, these communities had grown in complexity, with increasing social hierarchy and the establishment of trade networks both within Egypt and with neighboring regions. This period laid the foundation for the political and cultural unification of Egypt, setting the stage for the rise of the first pharaohs and the formation of the dynastic state. Unification of Egypt. The unification of Egypt around 3100 BCE was a pivotal moment in the history of the region, marking the beginning of the Pharaonic era. This event is traditionally attributed to King Narmer, also known as Menes, who is believed to have unified Upper and Lower Egypt into a single, centralized kingdom. The unification is symbolized by the Narmer palette, an ancient ceremonial artifact that depicts Narmer wearing the crowns of both Upper and Lower Egypt. This political unification brought together the two distinct regions under a single ruler, establishing the foundation for Egypt's centralized state and the beginning of the first dynasty. The capital of the newly unified Egypt was established at Memphis, strategically located at the junction of Upper and Lower Egypt. Unification allowed for greater coordination in administration, agriculture, and trade, leading to increased prosperity and the development of a more sophisticated society. It also set the stage for the construction of monumental architecture, such as the early pyramids, and the establishment of a complex religious and bureaucratic system that would characterize ancient Egyptian civilization for millennia. Natural resources and their importance. Ancient Egypt was blessed with an abundance of natural resources that played a crucial role in its economic and cultural development. The fertile land along the Nile River was the most significant resource, enabling the cultivation of crops such as wheat, barley, and flax. These agricultural products formed the basis of the Egyptian economy and provided sustenance for the population. In addition to fertile land, Egypt was rich in mineral resources, including gold, copper, and stone. Gold, in particular, was highly prized and was used extensively in jewelry, religious artifacts, and as a symbol of wealth and power. The desert surrounding the Nile also provided valuable building materials, such as limestone and sandstone, which were used in the construction of temples, pyramids, and other monumental structures. The abundance of these resources allowed Egypt to become a wealthy and powerful civilization, capable of sustaining a large population and supporting an advanced culture. The strategic location of Egypt, with access to trade routes along the Nile and the Red Sea, further enhanced its ability to acquire resources from neighboring regions, contributing to its long-lasting prosperity. In the next part of our history of ancient Egypt, we'll talk about the early dynastic period. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to keep watching more history like this.